Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome replay viewers. The time is 12:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and once again we are at the Long Island Railroad Speonk station, awaiting the arrival of Long Island Railroad Montauk to Jamaica Train 6005.
The 12:53 train to Jamaica will arrive in 13 minutes. There are more seats available towards the front of the train.
Okay, we just had an announcement that train 6005 will arrive in Speonk in 13 minutes. So that's saying it's running right now about 10 minutes late. Most likely due to the high volume of passengers traveling from Long Island's South Fork of the East End back to the city this afternoon. The set is the same equipment as used on the Friday night Cannonball from Penn Station to Montauk. 12 cars, 12 Kawasaki C3 Bilevel passenger cars, and the 2 DM locomotives. Train Time app is also showing that most of the cars right now are full. So they're advising people here at Speonk that there may be some seats in the front cars, forward cars, the west end of the train. But usually what they do here at Speonk is platform the rear 4 cars. This way the trailing edge of the train clears North Phillips Avenue, which we see right here for the crossing. Speonk is a 4-car platform. You can platform 4 C3 Bilevel passenger cars. So the forward 8 cars would be west of the platform. We'll see what happens. Things are always subject to change. Let me go to a zoom setting here a little bit and I will show you. This is looking into the Speonk yard, and today we have 2 extra train sets on the sidings that are visible here at Speonk. Off to the left behind the tree line there are other storage tracks, and there may be a few train sets stored in that area also. But for now, this is what we can see.
The 12:53 train to Jamaica will arrive in 9 minutes. There are more seats available towards the front of the train.
Okay, once again, they're talking 9 minutes till arrival. Seats available toward the front of the train. That means that anyone boarding here would have to make their way through the interior of the cars to find seats at the forward end of the train. Let's take a look around here at Speonk. This is single track diesel territory for the Long Island Railroad, and it's about the easternmost point for commuting from here to New York City. Normal Monday to Friday commuters, although what is normal now post-COVID, so people's schedules change and people's travel habits have changed. But these basically are the summer weekend trains to and from Montauk, carrying passengers, weekenders who spend the time on eastern Suffolk County's South Fork, the east end of Long Island, in the Hamptons and Montauk, the so-called resort area section of Long Island. All right, here's a little look at the Speonk parking lot. A few cars here today. Usually it's busy in the summertime, although 1/3 of the lot is under reconstruction, so perhaps that's why we see all these cars crowded up in this little section of the parking lot. Train 6005 departs Montauk, scheduled at 11:37 a.m. and it makes all local stops between Montauk and here at Speonk. In other words, it would stop first at Amagansett, then East Hampton,
The 12:53 train to Jamaica will arrive in 6 minutes. There are more seats available towards the front of the train.
All right, now they're saying the train will arrive in 6 minutes. So after Amagansett and East Hampton, the train also stops at Bridgehampton, Southampton, Hampton Bays, Westhampton, and then here at Speonk. From Speonk to Jamaica, the train runs express, nominally a 90-minute trip, plus or minus X number of minutes. Depending upon the loading of the train, Mr. Master, how are you? Good to see that you have your car back. Ah, good for you, Craig. So we don't know for sure whether this train will be extended today from Jamaica to Penn Station. Usually based upon the passenger loading, they try to do that since it is the dual mode equipment. Okay, so you need to have inspection and then you'll be back in business. Good. That was really interesting Friday evening with the cannonball hold at Westhampton for 20 some odd minutes, 25 minutes or so. And how they made the decision not to perform a double stop. I guess because had they pulled the train forward, they would have triggered the gates at Old Riverhead Road. Well, Southampton town had warned about heavy traffic on the highways also Friday, late Friday afternoon, early evening, associated with that fundraiser. And I noticed the traffic heading east on Montauk Highway between Eastport and Westhampton was much heavier traffic than it normally has been on Friday nights around 6.
12:53 train to Jamaica will arrive in 4 minutes. There are more seats available towards the front of the train.
Oh, they shut. Oh, that's interesting. So they shut 3 exits on Sunrise Highway. Okay. So probably what happened was around East Moriches, the exit for East Moriches, Eastport, people got off Sunrise Highway there and came down to Montauk Highway. Yeah, because after the Moriches Riverhead Road exit in East Moriches, the next exit is Westhampton. And then just another mile or two east of that is Quogue, and then Hampton Bays. And then you're at the bridge, Shinnecock Canal Bridge. And then, of course, the Sunrise Highway ends as we know it, and the Southampton bypass. So that's pretty interesting. Well, hope the East End doesn't have to go through that again for a while. We were speaking to the parent of a young person who works out in the South Fork. Oh, he works in Southampton at the department store there, and they gave him early release on Friday afternoon. Except they sent everybody home at 3 o'clock on Friday. But in order to get west here, when he got to Hampton Bays, he went over the bridge to Dune Road, and it came along Dune Road to Westhampton to get back to St. Moriches. Andrea, good to see you. Good afternoon to you. We're waiting for train 6005, the Montauk to Jamaica train. Should be here at Speonk within the next few minutes. It's running about 6 or 8 minutes late. They're saying it's very crowded. I have not seen any decision as to whether they're going to extend it as a dual mode from Jamaica to Penn Station. But you might be able to check that out on the train time app in a little while. See if it passes through your area.
Train to Jamaica will arrive in 1 minute.
All right, 1 minute, they're claiming. We'll see how accurate these announcements are. I'll let you know as soon as I hear the gates going down here at Phillips Avenue, North Phillips Avenue. We'll stick with our regular single zoom. Good. Jonathan C., hello to you. Hello, everybody. Say hello to Jonathan for us. Okay, gates going down now at North Phillips Avenue. This is, we're at the Long Island Railroad Speonk station, Jonathan, and we're waiting for the Montauk to Jamaica train 6005 to arrive here, taking weekenders from the South Fork and the Hamptons back to New York City. This will be a 12-car set. 12 Kawasaki C3 bilevel passenger cars. The same equipment that was used for the Friday night cannonball going eastbound. So from Speonk to Jamaica, the train runs express. Cats One, good afternoon to you in New Hampshire. Yeah, that Friday night cannonball was a very strange operation, holding it there at Westhampton. It had to do with a fundraiser for Donald Trump on the east end of Long Island. So they closed off certain exits and everything. Traffic was very, very heavy on Long Island's east end, late Friday afternoon, early Friday evening. This train is packed. A question after the train pulls away a little bit with the background noise here. All right, the time is 1:07. They don't have one today. Recharging their air brake system, and also possibly waiting for one or two more people to get off the train. People who have traveled here from Montauk. Yeah, I see that. Someone just exited the train at the far end of the platform. All right, here we go. All right, there you have it. Montauk to Jamaica Train 6005, which runs in the summer months on Sundays, taking the crowds of people back from the South Fork of Long Island, the Hamptons, back to the city. Now, you mentioned, Jonathan, with the 12 cars, they're bilevel cars now. Some of them have onboard restrooms and some don't, but on average each C3 car seats about 155 155 to 160 people. So times 12, you see how many seats are available. And then on these trains get crowded quite often, and there's quite a bit of standing room only. And the total trip is about 3.5 hours from Montauk back to New York City. Okay, folks, so thank you very much for joining me today. Let me step down the Zoom. And weather permitting, we'll be back on the air again next Friday night at Westhampton for the Friday night Cannonball, since there are only 4 more Cannonballs scheduled for the summer season between now and September 1st, Labor Day weekend. So I hope you enjoyed all of this, and if there's any data freezes or things of that nature or buffering, I also have this recorded on my iPhone, so I will be looking at that and then putting up a regular YouTube video, YouTube recording at 1080p at 60 feet per second, so that might clear up any buffering problems or anything like that. Okay, good folks. Take care, everybody. Andrea, good to see you again. Mr. Master, good to see you, and welcome to our new viewers too. Thank you. Bye for now.